Hi folks, welcome back to the Carver's Woodshop. This is Arlene once again, and what we're going to be working on is something a little different. Same concept, same idea, but we're going to go with maybe the 3D effect like you see here, and we're going to do a flat relief ornament, and this is one part of it. And we're going to do more of a 3D effect with something larger. The color's a little different on this is because it was wet. I soaked it up with some rubbing alcohol and water, and 50% in the bottle like you see here, and sprayed it because this piece was kind of hard to work with, and I thought I'll soak it up for a few hours here before I start. So that's why it's a little darker. It will lighten up as we proceed on this. This is actually from the same block, so you can see it's really white. What we're going to do is I have a brand new project in place here, and it's going to be called the Santa Hobo Relief carving. These are my ball ornaments that I'm doing, and I came up with the idea with the candy cane to hold the item that you see here like this. We're going to do the same thing with this. We can hold the item like this. What we're going to do is my brand new design, which is called the Hobo look with the Santa and the snowman. So I designed a real quick thing this weekend, and this is also for sale. These are the three that I have: the Hobo Santa, snowman, and just a joy thing with a candy cane at the top. And I made an extra copy on some extra paper I had, and I cut these out. So what we're going to do is, this will be the Hobo look on this, and we're going to, instead of doing real flat like what we have here, I'm going to do the 3D effect. And what I'm going to do is actually cut this on either side till we have somewhat of a 3D effect. So we're going to cut this off, and we're going to cut this off. Okay, so it'll be a little more 3D effect look, and his tassel will be what it will be hanging on. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be working on. But before I start this whole series here, first of all, the patterns are available for $1.50, and you'll get all three for that. And again, it's through PayPal or check. If you go to my previous video, it will explain how you can order those. This is number 10 I have of patterns. But what I want to share with you with this is kind of important for you to listen to. So I want you to hear me out on this real quick. When we saw this up on a bandsaw, what I did was I laid the pattern down, and I cut that oval circle. Where is that pattern? That oval circle all the way around. Okay? And what happened was, because it's round, when I went to go slice them, it would rock. Okay? So what you need to do, if you're going to cut this out on a bandsaw, make sure you turn it around. Make sure these are over here, because this is how I actually cut it out. When you're slicing this, and you have your block of wood on the side, and you start slicing these through the bandsaw, you know, what you want to do is you want to make sure you hold your thumb very tightly down on this front portion, because as it's going through, okay, it can pull it upward. So when you slice this through to make these ornaments, you want to make sure it's very, very stable when you go through that bandsaw, and keep this down. Okay, so keep it very, very firmly down on the table as you're cutting it. The other way you could also do it really quickly is to leave a little portion of the block on the side, and then you would have a flat portion that you could saw these things out, that you wouldn't have that rocking motion, and then go back and put them all back together in a stack as tight as you can, and then take it back through the bandsaw. Or you can do them one by one by reapplying the pattern circle on each one and going back and cutting it out. So you can do it either way. I chose to do it this way, and I just wanted to explain you really have to hold it down up here at the top, okay, when you're slicing it through. And I always have a block of wood, and if the blade's out over here, I can just saw it through and then saw another one through, okay, and that's how I got these. But I wanted one a little thicker because I wanted more of a 3D effect. I like that. I like doing them better than the complete flat ones, but we're going to do both. We're going to do one on this and one on here. So there'll be two separate projects from the same pattern. And you can do the Hobo snowman, and anything else that you decide to do the same way. So, because I got a lot of good responses with this one, and we're going to stick with the ornaments for a little bit. I know it's July, but it will give you some time to get them done. The first thing we want to do, and this is going to be your first portion of this, is we're going to cut. Let's see, I know this isn't real clear. We're going to cut, go on either side, and we're going to cut one side and the other. Folks, as I always say, make sure you have your carver's glove on and your thumb guard on, especially if you're a beginner, or you know, if you're not comfortable carving, or you should have one on anyway. I choose not to wear one. It's just easier for me to teach. I know I've gotten some flack about it, but this is just the way it is, and this is the way I teach. And I always recommend that beginners, especially beginners, to wear that carving glove and a thumb guard. So if you don't have one, make sure you buy one. But meanwhile, you want to learn how to hold your knife. So let's, I'm going to do another segment. We'll be right back.